Would you let your doctor schedule surgery without first running some tests and really assessing what's going on? Of course not. Yet, so many accounting firms, they go ahead and quote projects, whether it's cleanups or revising taxes, without a proper diagnostic. And that is financial malpractice. So if you're still quoting blind, I'm going to just say you risk losing revenue, you end up getting frustrated, there's cause for burnout because you're working more hours than expected, and that is something that's fixable. It starts with a paid deep dive diagnostic. And doing that isn't just a strategic move, it is essential. This should be a non-discussion process that you have in your firm. So I want to be able to turn those diagnostics that you're doing into a powerful first step so that you can increase your revenues, you work with better quality clients, and also it protects your sanity. So right now, you might actually, if you did the math, find out that you're leaving hundreds of dollars an hour of unbillable time on the table without even realizing it, because you're meeting with clients during that initial free consult, you're quickly reviewing their work, and then you're moving forward. So when that happens and you're doing those reviews during the initial consultation, then later on when you get into the project, you end up uncovering surprises that might even double your timeline. Things that you didn't even think were an issue all of a sudden pop up out of nowhere. And as a result of that, you find yourself working weekends, maybe late into the evening, just to be able to meet your deadlines and keep everything flowing according to plan. And think about all those extra hours of work that you put in. You might not actually get paid for it because either you gave a fixed fee or you realize that it's so much more than what they expected, and you took a peek at their financials that you go ahead and write it off before you even give them an invoice. So that is what's going on. And once again, it is financial malpractice, and there's 3 costly mistakes that happen aside from those things. Is first of all, there might be some inaccurate advice. So as a result of doing that quick review, you end up misdiagnosing the problem. And as a result of that, when you come back to them and tell them that it was more than expected, it actually creates tension and might even erode some client trust. So that's the very first thing, is there's some inaccurate advice. The next thing is unpaid detective work. Think about this. When you find that something's not working, you don't want to do a sloppy job. You're going to look into why is this going. So what happens is that quick peek that you did during the initial consult later on turns into more than 8 hours or longer than that of a deep dive. And it's time that you probably are not going to get fully compensated for, either because you already gave them a fixed fee and you don't want to rock the boat with a new client coming in, or you write some of it off because you don't feel that they're going to pay your full fee. And then the third thing that happens is those low value clients. They might be nice people, but free consultations where you're doing the review of their financials attract some clients who are going to go ahead and haggle, they'll delay, or maybe they even disappear when it's time to pay the invoice. Trust me, I've seen it all. You can't make this stuff up. So I just want to say, this is something that almost every single firm owner experiences at some point in time. It is just something that happens to almost everybody because it's the status quo. It's how things have always been done, but it doesn't mean that it ought to continue going in that way because it's not very effective. So when I was first working with Mike and we were talking, he was working 60-hour weeks and he was barely struggling to turn that profit. So what we did is we realized, yes, he is very client-centered. He wants to be able to delight his clients. He wants to be able to bring on new ones. And he was initially doing that free consult with the review, just like most firm owners do. But what happened is that he was losing so much time every single month. And some of those people that he did a free review and the ones that actually turn into that pick your brain session where you give away so much advice, a lot of them never turned into actual clients. So it means that there were dollars that were just hemorrhaging out of his firm every single month. And there was a time when it came to a breaking point for him where he ended up spending so much time diagnosing a particular client's financials. And then they went and they moved forward with somebody else who was able to do it for less money. They went with the cheaper competitor. So that's when Mike realized that this isn't really sustainable. He's not really providing a service. He's actually subsidizing those time wasters, and it is costing him revenue. So we went ahead and made that one simple change. We introduced a $500 paid diagnostic, and that is the first thing he does after the initial consult. He's not giving those initial quotes anymore. So as a result of that, you know, those time wasters, the one that want a lot of free information but never want to pay for that insight, they went ahead and disappeared almost overnight. The other thing that happened is that his close rate increased. He was bringing on higher quality clients who really valued what he had to offer, and they were coming on at a higher price point. As a result of that, his revenue for each project actually went ahead and increased by about 65% because the people that were the price shoppers that wanted everything for as little as possible, they went away. So he was able to charge his full fees and not have any more write-offs, and he was actually able to correctly price the projects now. And the other thing is that Mike got back his weekends with his family. He didn't need to skip the family activities and miss out on his kids' soccer games anymore. So I just want to say, quality clients never, ever question your fee, and the wrong ones who aren't a right fit, they just move on. And by doing that, Mike, his experience was that he saved thousands of dollars in doing assessments that weren't going to go anywhere, and he went back and got some of his time back. So this is something to think about, and I want to give you a 3-step framework on being able to start to introduce this into your firm with clients that are coming to you and want to engage your firm services. The very first step is never, ever, ever. If you listen to this, never, ever quote without a paid diagnostic, because you can't really give them an accurate fee without knowing what you're getting into. It's similar to that doctor that wants to immediately schedule surgery, but they don't know why you're having that pain and why you're coming to them. They haven't fully assessed it. Well, you haven't assessed it either. So do not commit the financial malpractice any longer. Instead, say something like this. Okay, just like a doctor needs to run tests before they're going to go ahead and prescribe treatment or surgery, we review your financials first before quoting. And as a result of that, we ensure the advice and the pricing are accurate. There's no guesswork and there's no surprises. Use those exact words. I'm giving you the script. So after you do that and you set up that the next move will be into a paid diagnostic, then step number 2 is you charge that fee up front, not afterwards. So this isn't a sneak peek. This is really a standalone service, and it has value. So what you want to say is the diagnostic is $500. You'll get a comprehensive report with all the issues, the priorities, and the timelines in order to get your financials accurate and up to date. And then step number 3 is you use the diagnostic to pre-qualify clients. Remember those cheap ones, the ones that question and haggle and want to get discounts and negotiate? They move on. They will never pay for the paid diagnostic because they know that somebody else will do it for free. So that is actually going to save you a lot of headaches, a lot of time, and actually save you from those low profit clients. What you want to look at is how this is going to help you filter those clients so that you're engaging better quality clients. So step number 3 is this review helps us both decide if moving forward makes sense, and it ensures complete transparency right from the start about what's involved. So once again, no surprises down the road. We are fully upfront about everything. And yes, some people might have some reservation. They might bring up an objection. And when they say, well, there's others that do this for free, then you can say yes. And some doctors skip on exams also. So they'll say others do it for free, and you'll say yes. Some doctors skip on exams also. But we prefer to give advice that's accurate and safe, and that is in everyone's best interest. So when they ask about, can you just give me a rough idea about how much this will cost? Then your response is, this is like the broken record. We start with a diagnostic to fully understand your situation, create that accurate plan that is tailored to your needs. We do not do cookie cutter stuff. As a result, this sets clear expectations and avoids surprises along the way. So those are the scripts, including some for those price objections. And I just want to restate, if they are unwilling to pay $500 for that diagnostic for you to fully assess their financials, then they're not going to pay your full fees for the projects down the road, at least not without trying to negotiate, delay, or haggle. So once again, this is a pre-qualifier so that those low-quality headache clients move on instead of move in, because once they're a client, they are there for the long run, and getting rid of them later on is very, very difficult. So and I want you to think about this. This is a mindset change. You are not auditioning for your clients. You don't have to prove that you are worthy of their work. Really own it, right? What we want to do now is have them prove that they are right for you. So that changes the whole dynamic. Remember, you don't have to prove that you are worthy of their work. Instead, we want them proven to you that they are right for you. And as a result of that, those quality clients respect the process. They pay on time. They trust your recommendations. They follow through. They refer other quality clients to your firm because they spend time with other people who are just like them. They never, ever, ever challenge your fees. And as a result, you've saved yourself all that stress, those headaches from those low quality clients. So this is how to be able to get started, is go ahead and calculate what I call your free diagnostic tax. Get out last month's calendar or your timesheet and look at all the hours that you spent doing a review on people's financials. And then go ahead and calculate how many of them didn't hire you or engage, or they wanted a discount and you went ahead and lowered your rates to be able to get them on board. So when you multiply that by your full hourly rate, then you're getting some idea as to how much money you're leaving on the table. And that is your free diagnostic tax, because you're giving away a lot of revenue as well as your time each and every month. And when my clients, they start to put this into play, they have those insights, they don't want to do that free work any longer, they now implement the paid diagnostic, they find that they're now recouping several $1,000s a month, several $1,000s each and every month. And think about that. When you multiply it over the course of a year by 12, that could be tens of thousands of dollars that you were giving away each and every year. So that's a multiplier. That is significant. So I don't want you to continue giving away your time or your expertise. I want you to be able to recoup that. And by doing this, we actually create a new stream of revenue. So once again, leading with the paid diagnostic transforms your firm. You end up shifting from being seen as that vendor to now being seen as an expert who has the insights and the solutions. The other thing is your pricing confidence soars because you know exactly who you're dealing with and what it is that you're delivering to your clients. So you're able to really stand firm behind your fees. You end up engaging better quality clients because only the people who really see the value of what you have to offer and care about it are the ones that will invest upfront. And as a result of that, your stress, it just goes ahead and disappears because you stop giving away work for free, and those headache clients that you always regret having to do anything for because they are always asking for more without wanting to pay for it, they just go away. You eliminate them from your firm. So I want you to just think about for a moment, why did you start your firm? Get in touch with that. You wanted to make a difference for your clients, but you also wanted it to be something that was going to improve your quality of life as well. And you can have both. You can make a difference for your clients, and your firm can raise your quality of life instead of taking from it. So if you are ready to recover from all those lost hours, the money you've been leaving on the table, be able to go ahead and bring in that paid diagnostic and raise the bar as far as the quality of clients that you work with, as well as the level of work that you do for your clients, then let's go ahead and have a conversation. Go to businesssuccesssolution.com/let's talk for a path to profit strategy session. And once again, we're going to show you, talk about how you can now get compensated for the work you're currently giving away for free. So once again, in medicine, skipping the diagnostic is malpractice. In accounting, skipping the financial diagnostic is financial malpractice. Stop doing that. I don't want you to be putting yourself at risk and having those liabilities. And you no longer have to give away your most valuable work, your expertise, your insights for free. You deserve to get compensated for that because you're not a 501c3, you're not a charity. And this is a way to be able to safeguard your experience, your years of knowledge and insights, and the fact that you can make a difference for your clients when you're working with quality clients. So I want to say the quality clients will respect your process. They will invest in a paid diagnostic, and the ones that were low quality, they wanted everything without having to invest in it, they will move on. It will save you so much and be able to elevate your firm. So that is the step to get started to building a premium, profitable firm to where you're serving your clients at a higher level and doing some of your best work instead of just trying to keep ahead of everything. Anyway, let me know what you took away from this, what this validated for you, what action step you are going to implement, and I look forward to our next conversation. This is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, showing accounting firm owners how to be able to double their revenues working half the time.